Paul McKenna for PT Boxing. I'm here today in the press conference in Leeds with Tony Bellew. How are you, Tony? You alright?
I'm alright, mate, thanks. Happy to be busy and active and staying on top of things, so, you know, it's good to be busy. That's the best way of saying it. You only get paid when you're fighting.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I'm fighting, I'm happy because that means I'm getting paid.
That's it. You're fighting, pretty difficult to pronounce his name, but it's Artur Killer-Kulis, something of that name. Yeah, Not seen anything of him yet?
I've seen him. I've seen a bit of him. I've seen his win over Yuri Kalenga, so that's a really good standout win for him.
Yeah.
He's a southpaw. He's going to try and fiddle me about, mess me around, but listen, I've got to make him make mistakes, and I've got to make him pay ultimately. So I believe I can do that. I'm in really good shape. I'm fit. Excuse me. I'm fit, I'm strong, and I'm just looking forward to Saturday night.
Yeah, obviously the last time we seen you out was in the Echo Arena.
Yeah.
You got the late stoppage, but ultimately, the leading up to the fight, you wasn't well, and so you weren't at your physical best, but still got him out today. But looking to, show this guy on Saturday what you're about when you're fully fit and ready.
Definitely. I mean, last time was very tough against a heavyweight and a Vinka Bakarin, a guy who took this big monster puncher, Dimitri Kudra, shy of 9 rounds. Listen, if I would have been fit that night, I'd done him in 2.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to overexert myself too early, too soon in the fight. Hence why I came out for the last round, jumping around like it was the first. It's easy doing that in hindsight, but it is what it is, mate. But I still got rid of him ultimately in a round later than Dimitri Kudryashov, who everybody just raves on as the new Ivan Drago with the Cruiserweight. Well, I done him in a round later than he did, and I got absolutely slated and slammed for it. But listen, it is what it is. People, when people are usually sick, they call in work sick. When people are usually ill, they don't go to work. I get sick, I turn up and fight. So it is what it is, mate. It's part and parcel of the boxing game. It's a fickle sport, and you've got to remember where you're at sometimes.
That's it. Obviously, your coach Dave Caldwell's not going to be here on Saturday. He's out in Texas with McDonald for his rematch against Kameda. So is it Sims that's going to be in your corner Saturday?
It's Sims. He's going to do my corner. Yeah, Tony's a friend of mine. I've known Tony a long time. He's an outstanding coach, a world-class coach with world-class credentials, and I needed someone who I know, who I've known for a while, and you can trustworthy on the night. And like I say, most importantly, has that experience. And Tony ticks all them boxes. So listen, Dave's ultimately my coach, and he's a fantastic coach. That not just a fantastic coach, he's my friend, which is more important to me than anything else. So like I said, it's just a situation. I didn't want to go over to Texas and try and put myself on to something that wasn't really important. An 8 or a 10 round fight wasn't as important as Jay McDonald going into the biggest fight of his life. And I just feel me taking away a little bit of concentration from Dave would have been taking place in that fight. So me being here, staying busy and getting out was the best answer and the best antidote for everybody.
Definitely, as you've just said there, staying busy and getting out again on Saturday. Last time I spoke to you and Dave, you were planning on having 1 or 2, maybe more before. Obviously, what you wanted to win with Hernandez and Ramirez. So,
they fight October the 2nd, so we'll wait and sit down and see what happens with them. But if not, listen, I've had offers from Russia to face Lebedev or Zod. There's also been talks with Al Heyman's people now who have got this Glowacki kid, but Glowacki's had surgery, so there's the Hook fight there. There's many fights there. We've sat down and spoke about Shumanov. If it makes pounds, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's all that matters. So at that stage, when it comes to them kind of fights, unless it's a world title, it has to make pounds. It has to make good amounts of money. So if it's a world title, I'll fight it for free.
Yeah.
That's the best way of saying it.
Just speaking about Marco Huck there, you just mentioned obviously it was a bit of a shock defeat when he lost to Glowacki. Did you see it as a shock personally, or?
No, not really, because I think if that fight happens in Germany, I think he wins. He just coasts to another win. But with him fighting in America on US soil under a new promoter and manager, he's trying to impress him, and he's trying to show him, look, I mean business. He wants to go for the knockout, and by going for the knockout so late in the fight, he's left himself wide open. To be honest, it looked like he kind of quit as well, if I'll be totally honest. When he got knocked down the first time, big sweeping long shot, he goes down, he turns his back on the referee. It's like he didn't want to actually fight on. And then Glowacki just steams in really and does it to him. But It is what it is, mate. This is professional boxing. I believe if a rematch happens, Hook will beat him. I think Hook will beat him quite easy, to be honest. I think he'll just have his little burst in each round like he always does. He's a lazy cruiserweight fighter, is Hook. A little 30-second burst of every 3-minute round, and that's all he's got in him. So it's not a big shock to see him lose. It really, really isn't. But ultimately, I think he'll win a rematch because he'll learn from that lesson. He's a much more experienced fighter than Glowacki. A lot more strings to his bow as well as Hook when he chooses to use them. It's just that he's gotten lazy and competent over the duration of time. You know, he's had every defence he could possibly want in Germany, and he's always had it his way with the judges, with anything. So he's very, very fortunate, and then he's thrown all that out the window. The positives that he has gone from, the good things that he's thrown all them out the window, and then chose to go where he's gone, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. But listen, it is what it is. Hook's made his own decisions, and I'm sure he regrets them now. But he'll get his rematch, and I think he'll win the rematch too.
Okay, mate. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks a lot for giving us your time, Tony, and we'll speak to you soon.
Nice one, mate. Thanks for having me. Take it easy.